Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie. I post 4 videos a week and they're all usually beauty related content. I post on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday at 10 AM. If that's the kind of videos you enjoy, then please subscribe down below. And let's just get into this video. So I am actually reviewing, that is the back side, the New Neutrals Romance palette, which looks like this. Now, I have done swatches, I've done this tutorial using this palette, and I give you my final thoughts. Now, if you want to see all of that, then just stay tuned. Okay, I'm so excited for this palette because it's just all the shades that I would naturally go for and not just buy it because it's new. So this is the New Neutral Romance palette, and look at the packaging. Leopard print used to be all the rage when I was growing up. Like, as a teenager, I had leopard print everything. Tops, trousers, leggings. I had leopard print everywhere that you can imagine. And the palette, you can literally throw away the box because the palette looks exactly the same. And then look at the inside. Obviously there's a mirror. But this was, I believe they're now £15, but I got it on offer. What did I do? I got the 3 for 2 because I was not paying £15. These used to be £12 and now they've gone up. So I would suggest buying this when it's on offer. But look at that colour story and look at that purple. Let me just give you a close up. And here is the palette close up. It looks insane. I really love the colour story, and I'm definitely going to use that purple glitter shade and that purple matte shade. But first, what I want to do is just swatch the whole palette before we get into it, because I actually want to be a bit more inspired. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I feel like swatching before will inspire me a little bit more. So we're going to start off with the top row, and they're so soft. I literally just done a video on the e.l.f. Retro Paradise, and I must admit, I didn't realise how rough the shades were until I've just swatched this one. So let's start here. Obviously you might not see that top shade. They're really nice. And then we're going to swatch the last 2 shades here and the first 2 here. The shimmers aren't as soft as the mattes, but there is some nice shimmers in here. So these are the last 2 shades from that row, pretty decently pigmented, and then the first 2 shades of the next row right here. Then let's go for these last 4 like purpley shades and a brown, and then we've got like a bronzier shade. Oh my god, look at that. Let me just swatch that one here. I don't know how well the camera is really going to pick that up, but that is insane. Like, okay, the finger picks it up so much better, wow. And then these are the other 3 shades before it. That was the last colour on the row. Wow. That wasn't the door, that was just my brother's being silly. But so far, those were the first 3 shades before that shade that I just showed you. Now, let's swatch the last row. So I'm going to do the first 4. Oh, that is a glitter. Be careful, because I've nearly just pushed my finger into the whole shade. I feel like some of these shimmers are just very similar. They go from like light to dark. And now the last 2 mattes. I like these shades. And they're very pigmented. Very pigmented. So here is the whole palette swatched. And that shade there is incredible. Definitely going to be using that somehow. The first shade I want to take is this shade here called Precious. I'm so excited for this palette. I just love it. my window's open, so you might hear kids screaming from the other flats. So yeah, I have got the P. Louise base on already. As you know, I love that stuff. Oh, it's a bit darker than I thought it was going to be. But very pigmented. It's a bit more reddy tone than I thought it would be. Then I want to take the shade Muse, just below that. I'm going to use the same brush. I have a feeling it might be reddy tone too. Just to deepen it up a bit before I put the purple, because we know I'm going in with purple. There's only like slight fallout with the palette, not too much. Oh, I've got some nice lamb chops in the oven. I can smell them and I can't wait to have lunch. Now I'm going in with that shade Passion, and I'm going to put that in the crease and the outer corner. And I want it to come in the inner corner as well, because I feel like doing a halo eye. It's quite a nice quick look. Ooh. I forgot, I usually put my Barry M eyebrow gel in before to like get the shape, so when I put the pomade in they're not wet. I love this stuff. I swear my eyebrows are like the easiest thing to do. They're just already the shape I like. Now for the centre of the lid, I feel like there's two colours I really like, and that is this shade called Obsess and this shade called Crush. Now Crush looks like that. It's more of a topper in my mind, and then Obsess was that like duochrome shade, and I feel like those together should be nice, but they just really feel like topper shades. So there's a shade here called Amore next to it that feels like a proper shimmer, and that is that shade there. I'm feeling like putting that down and then putting the topper over and going in with that Obsessed shade, which is like the duochrome one. I'm gonna do it dry first and then use my finger to go in with that Obsessed shade and put that over the top. I'm really putting my finger in that shade. Like, it's a nice shade, but it's just not as popping as I'd like it to be. And then go back in with that Passion shade and just blend out the edges. And there we have it. So I've decided on the other eye, instead of matching it, to go in with this shade here called Crush. And I think I like it better. It is more like crumbly in the pan, but it's just got more of the oomph that I wanted. I thought I'd show you what both of them look like completed. Let's go back in with that Passion colour. Look, it is literally so crumbly. It's this shade here. I'm going to use like a smoky shader brush by Jessup, but this is more of like a packer for me. And I'm going to try it that way. No, I'm liking this one more now. I think I've mucked it up by just going over the top quite a lot. Okay, we've got there in the end. I'm just going to quickly clean it up a little bit. It's not the greatest, them toppers. I wouldn't use them in future. I would just stick to like the foil shimmer shades, but we got there in the end. Just put on the MUA priming oil. I think you know that's probably going to come up in a favourites video. And now I'm going to go in with the MUA Pro Base. I have 146. Do you know what, my tan has really gone, so I think this is going to be a little bit too dark. But I haven't used this in a little while, so really want to use it because it is one of my favourites. The same way I had to use the L'Oreal one because I haven't used that in a little while. Such a nice thick formula. Oh wait, No, that matches me quite well. I love the coverage on this and I love the formula of it. It's very matte. And I have done a wear test on this foundation in an MUA full face video. I can link that below if you're interested. Because let's just say this is a really nice foundation. And they have quite a few shades. I'm not sure how many, but they do have like the matching concealers for it as well. Which, if I have it, I'm going to use it. The Pro Base Concealer, I'm definitely going to use it. This foundation's a bit yellow. Oh, it looks so much different, like it looks brighter on camera, but it does match me much better. Looks so much better. Now going in with the MUA Bronze Matte Perfection. Oh, I cannot rave about this stuff any more than I've been raving about it, and if you haven't got it, where have you been living? I've literally realised I like a subtle bronzer and some other bronzers are a bit too much, and this is just enough, as you can see. And for blush, I'm going in with this Flamingo blush palette in the lighter shade. I really like this. Haven't used this in a couple of videos, so I have to use my Mega Honey Obsession highlight. Like, oh, I love this stuff. If you haven't used this, then you're definitely living under a rock. I have been raving about this for at least, I feel like a year at least. I think it was last year when I went IMATS, and I'm so sad that they haven't released a new day for IMATS. The first year me and my mum haven't gone. Put a bit too much on, but hey ho. And then under my eyes, let's go in with a bit of Tender. On the outer corner, a bit of Passion. For this, I really love the PC32 by Peaches. And I also want to use this Barry M High Vis liner in Dangerous. Oh, this stuff, again, if you haven't used these, where the hell have you been living? And I'm going to do the rest of my eyes. So I've done the Passion shade. Now let's go in with Tender on the inner corner here. It's a bit too much on it. On the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this shade called Lust. Okay. You know I love a good gold. Do you know what I love? That they've got this matte shade here, because you know sometimes I do love a matte shade under my brow bone. It just looks incredible. And this purple one isn't the best like liquid, not liquid, liner by Barry M. Purple is just not that pigmented compared to the other ones. Okay, so I've put on the lip gloss Sequel by XX Revolution. Love this. But I wanted to put on my finishing spray, which is the Quick Fix by XX, because this stuff is so good and I want to do it before I do my mascara. But for my mascara, I'm going to use the chocolate dipped mascara, because that I Heart Revolution mascara is so good. I used the peach one and I wasn't impressed, but this one I really love. And I've seen other people rave about it as well, so this must be a really good mascara. Well, I like it. And this spray just like melts into your skin really quickly. Like, it's so good. I proper love that spray. But yeah, I'm going to do my mascara and come back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I have done everything. Let's just get into the review part of this video. Now, I really like this palette. There's a few cons to the palette, let's just say. And the major one being these two shades, the shade Obsess and the shade Crush. Now when you swatch them, they swatch beautifully and they're really lovely colours. You saw when I swatched them on the back of my hand, I really like them. But when you use them, they're just not that great. They're obviously toppers, but they're just not that pigmented. So yeah, I'm really sad about that. But the colour layout, the colour scheme of this palette is one to die for. This is the colour layout that is really me, and I absolutely love it. So the shimmers in here, like I did use this shade called Amore, and you're going to see the mess that I've created down here. That shade there, and I feel like I should have just left that all on my lid and maybe put some glitter on, but that shade was amazing. So the mattes work perfectly fine, the shimmers work perfectly fine, the duochromes are just not that amazing. The toppers, I don't like them, and I'm sad because I wish they would, but we did create a nice look. So overall I do like this palette, and if you're someone like me that likes berry tones, then I would say go and get it. The only downside is I wish there was a bit more berries in there. That would have been nice, but it creates a good look, and I love putting them Barry M high vis liners in my waterline. They're just so nice. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please smash a huge thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't, because at 500 subscribers I will be doing a giveaway, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.